Son of a bitch. I recorded 2 entire videos without my microphone on. All right, I'm going to talk about this alleged trade deal. Some good news out of Ontario that's going to affect everybody. And along the way, some reminders that this is all for nothing and that shit has yet to hit the fan. Let me start here, because oil and gasoline prices surged over the last few days over optimism. I have seen with my own eyes content creators saying that there is a trade deal between the United States and China. I don't even bother to comment. There is no trade deal. There is a reduction in tariffs, a temporary reduction in tariffs, in order to facilitate discussions for a potential deal. What deal could possibly be made? Like, really, what deal could what do they need to buy from the US? What will they buy? Compared to what they need to buy from China. Because this narrative that somehow China is blocking US products from its market. They're blocking Chinese products from their market. Anyway, so oil was in a bit of a dip when I took this shot, but let me just show you how this is affecting everybody, including us. The wholesale price of gasoline, okay? On Monday, it went up because of optimism. Oh, there's a trade deal. And then it settled down a bit as people were like, no, there isn't. And then it shot up again. Yeah, there is. No, there isn't. And there's no reason for optimism. Let me interject this a little bit, okay? So Trump's trade war could end by June because the US government is being sued by corporations who think this trade war is ridiculous and illegal. And the US Court of International Trade is likely to decide against the US government. Not that the Trump administration gives a shit what the laws are. But let me just remind everybody, the inflation report that came out yesterday for the US, those products had a small tariff on them. Like most of those products had the 10% tariff. Do you remember that? The absolute plethora of products coming from China to the US with the 145% tariff, that shit hit the docks last week. That stuff is on its way to store shelves. It hasn't gotten to the store shelves yet. And these reduced tariffs, that stuff's not going to hit store shelves till like July maybe. Shit is going to hit. Shit is on its way to the fan. It is mid-flight towards the fan. Shit hasn't hit that fan yet. This optimism is grossly misplaced. All right, some good news out of Ontario that affects everybody. Ontario has decided to make its gas tax cut permanent. So post-COVID, there was a cut to the gas tax. That was extended, and now it's permanent. The gas tax is used to repair the highways in Ontario. And given all the work that's happening to Highway 401 near my house, I think we have enough tax money. And if we don't, we'll find out in a few years. Anyway, this will keep gas prices low in Ontario. That will keep inflation low for the entire country. And that'll affect interest rates. Now let me wrap it up with this. My car's in the shop. I was brought home with the shuttle. And we were talking about cars on the way home. And the driver's like, well, you know, the Chinese, they have cheap labor. That's why their cars are cheaper. And I corrected him. This is from a few years ago during the UAW strike. 7% is the overall cost of labor in a car. So let me put that into perspective for you. If the United States used slave labor to build their cars, they would save 7% off the cost of a car. So a $50,000 car would be $3,500 cheaper. That isn't much. A $100,000 pickup truck would be $93,000 if they used slave labor. So why is making stuff in the US so expensive? Energy. Much of the electricity generated in the US comes from fossil fuels, mostly natural gas. In Ontario, southern Ontario, where they put all those auto manufacturing plants, much of that electricity, if not all of it, comes from hydro. In 2024, there was an increase in fossil fuel usage for Ontario's electricity. Natural gas accounted for 16% of the electricity for the entire province. Newsflash, the water's free. Natural gas is not. That's why they put car manufacturing in southern Ontario, especially the EV plants, because the electricity is cheap. And are these guys building a bunch of green energy right now? No. So I'm going to close this out the way I started. There is no trade deal. There is no reason for optimism. Shit has yet to hit the fan. And China holds all the cards.